All right, so
I can't do Wi-Fi.
Oh, you saw your data then. You saw your data.
What?
You saw your data.
No, I'm not gonna use that.
yeah, namaskaram. Can you all see me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ingoda Vishwa line la irukar.
He's joined. He's already accepted. I've already accepted him. He's there. Yeah. All right. So can we chant whatever you learned last time? Huh? Good. So you pay attention how he is chanting, so that next time when I teach you, you will need to be able to chant the same way.
Yeah.
And now, before you leave, I will shorten the class by 10-15 minutes because I have to set up the whole thing again there. Harisha Sharma Naam Dirghashman Bhava Soumya.
Anvadi Kashvan Sarnay Gurgara Shripuram the Kashim Soko Grashagor Jaya the Kashim Sharma Hambodiade
Advika Sharma Naam Dirghashman Bhava Soumya.
Ayodi Sanke Sankati Gorvita Trashe Prabhavata Sankati Kodra Apasamba Sudra Yushaka Ade Bhagav Sharma Nama Almas Vibo
Bhagava Sharma Naam Dirghashman Bhava Soumya. So, can you chant?
Ganana Swa Ganapati Kum Havamaha Kavim Kavinam Upama Shavastamam Jeshwarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Ana Shunvatnoti Pisida Sadhanam.
Good. So, can we do the same thing without having the need to hit it so hard? If you remember last time, what I told you is if you remember what I told you is you need to hit the frequency high, but you don't necessarily have to.
It's not a Mahaprana. It's not like that. Right?
Correct. So, hear me. Om Ganana. The frequency has to go up. Ganapatigam Patigam. The frequency has to go up. You don't have to say Patigam. Slowly, it's like you can reduce the punch a little softer. Ganapatigam. Correct. So slightly fine tune on those lines. Make sense?
Yeah.
There's a difference between Ganapatigam Patigam versus Patigam. You understand the difference? You don't have to jar it. Just take the frequency high. Okay. You are able to say it?
Om Ganana Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim
Lala Kavim
Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashpanvanotibhisida Sadhanam.
Correct. So again, the Kavim is there. You have to attack it now itself, because once you get into Rudram and Chamakam, you'll have many of those places. Instead of correcting one, now you'll be correcting 100.
Can do it one more, just one more.
Yeah, just use this technique. Lala
Kavim
Lala.
Kavim.
No, la. You say okay. Lala
Lala
La La.
La.
Correct. Kavim.
Kavim.
Correct. Kavim.
Kavim.
Correct. Kavim.
Kavim.
Correct. That's it.
Kavim.
Lala Kavim.
Lala Kavim.
Correct.
Lala Kavim.
Correct. But get used to it without even having the need to say Lala. But for practice purposes, you can do that. So I will teach you that. So that's why I'm not paying attention. Huh?
I know it.
You have already learned it? Then you can chant.
Well, sort of. I don't know how to do the.
That's okay. Don't worry about
I
mistakes.
don't know how to do the punchlines. Like,
No, that is okay. You chant the way you know, then I will teach you whatever corrections need to be done. Huh?
Om Gananam. I can't.
say it.
Okay. If you're comfortable, say it. Otherwise, after I teach you, you can say it.
Okay.
Seriya?
Yes.
They are made to say because they were there in the class. So we spent almost 1.5 hours just learning this. Okay. Yeah, Anand, you are able to say it?
Yes, Mama.
Yeah.
Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashunmanupipis Sidasadanam.
The last part was totally haywire. The first part was spot on.
Last part na Jeshtarajam, Mama.
Almost Jeshtarajam also was shaky, but after Jeshtarajam, it was definitely, you were totally not able to stick to the swaras. It's very easy. Jeshta, Anudata,
Jeshta
Ra, Udata, Jam, Ra, Jam, like La La, Kavim, Ra, Jam, La La, La La. Right? It's very easy. Hello, Vishwa, one minute ago.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to give the tips and you were chanting simultaneously. So, La La, Kavim, Kavim,
Kavim.
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 Correct. So then,
Kavim.
Rajam, La La.
Rajam.
So, La La,
La la.
La La, La is correct.
La la.
Correct. Rajam. Why it is La? Because it is Dirgham. Ra is Dirgham, so you are saying La. If it is Rajam, what will happen? La La, La La, Rajam. Make sense? No. Both of you are not looking at each other. Only here.
Yes.
Rajam, La La.
Rajam.
I'm just giving an example. Don't chant it as Rajam. I'm saying why La La versus Ra La. It is because of the Dirgham. It is Jeshtarajam.
Rajam.
Correct.
Jeshtarajam.
Correct. Are you now getting familiar with that? Okay. So same way, tell me the swaras for Brahmanam. Also try to chant it as Brahmanam. Okay. There is always a dispute going on, debate going on. I shouldn't say dispute, debate going on. Is it Brahmanam or Brahmanam? I've always maintained the standard as Brahmanam for those who are learning from me. And many people agree with me because the debate is not how. Hello, Naren. I'm teaching a lot of stuff. You pay attention here. So, if you have any doubt, the first thing you need to do is to go back to the etymology of the word. Etymology means the roots, where it is originating from. The etymology of Brahmanam is BRH, not BRM. So, to me, that settles the whole debate once and for all. It is Brahman, Brahmanam.
In Sanskritam, when you say Bra, then Ha is
Half.
it.
Yes.
Bra, you Bra. Okay.
Correct. The confusion is because these are called conjugate consonants. You pay attention to the terminology. If you don't remember, you can replay the YouTube at home over and over again. Then you can take your own time to learn. You also. Okay. The problem is it's called conjugate consonants. Conjugate consonants mean. Let me put the phone in DND because now I started getting messages and other things. Conjugate consonants means there are two consonants. A combination of two consonants is called conjugate consonants. In this case, Ha and Ma. Correct? So you cannot say Brahmanam. So it is conjugate. That means it is combined. In Sanskrit, it's called Sanyukta Vyanjanani. Vyanjanani is consonants. Sanyukta means together. So in script, it will appear that Ha is full and Ma is hanging at the bottom. So people will say Brahma because Ma is half, so you grab the Im half and Ha is full, so Brahma. Okay, and whoever did the first interpretation in Tamil I can't speak about Kannada or other thing because I don't know the script. So they said it is Brahma. Even if they had done it as Brahma, I would have accepted it. They translated the whole thing as Brahma. There is never a im and ma. So instead of getting into that native translation and debate of
Stick
whether
to
Tamil
the
is
Veda.
right or Sanskrit is right, we are reading Sanskrit shlokas and Vedas in Devanagari script. For those of you who are very geeky, I can tell you the Sanskrit or Devanagari script that we are reading today is not the original script.
So
There used to be a Vedic Sanskrit script.
Oh.
That script was slightly different, but it was difficult to understand. For example, in Devanagari today, we write A as like this. A.
Yeah.
In original, it used to be like a pa, but with four spikes coming out like an umbrella. That was original A.
I see.
Yeah. So it's always good to know when somebody challenges you and all those things. But as we said here, when you are learning from me,
I will
we
say
are not going to go to anybody and argue with them. You are wrong and I am right. That we will never do. What is right, we will learn here. We'll practice here. It starts from my Guru Parampara. It will extend to you and for all those people whom you teach. That's about it.
so how
We
you,
are not correcting the whole world. Everybody can follow what their gurus have said.
so how you say it is
Brahma, correct. Brahmanam,
Brahmana.
correct. So swaras for Brahmanam. Can you say it?
Brahmanam.
Illale, swaras. Just read out the swaras as you see in your script.
Okay. Jeshtarajam Brahmanam.
Just read out the swaras of the script as you see in the script. Not chant. Just read out.
Brahmanam.
Now, what is Bra swara?
It's
Maswar.
it's Udata.
Udata, right? There is no underline, there is no vertical line. So it is Udata.
Then
Uhma. What is the swara?
Udata. Sorry, no.
Swarita.
Swarita.
Yeah.
So Brahma,
that is Dirghaswarita.
correct. No, Brahma.
That's
One Swarita. Just one stroke. One vertical line is Swarita.
One. Oh, sorry. That is two lines. Just
Correct.
Swarita.
Dirgham means extended. That is why you
Two
put two
That's
lines.
two. That's double.
Correct. So, and always the half syllable will get the swara of the previous full syllable. Even though the swarita is put in front of ihma, that ih will go with the brah.
The Swarita.
So, brah is udata, ih will also be udata. Only the ma will go as swarita.
So Swarita is only one,
One vertical line,
and the Dirgha Swarita is two vertical.
two vertical lines. For example, when you say swaha, so
That's
swaha, one swarita, two swarita.
You're extending the
Correct. Yeah. So clear? So Brahmanam. Ram, what is
Brahmanam.
Ram? What is the swaram?
Brahma is
No, now just
oh
now.
no.
No, you can answer.
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't want you to coach him. I want him to answer on his own. If he is struggling, you can answer. I mean, you're also have got equal right in the class, so it's not like you have to keep quiet. If you don't know how to answer, Harish will answer.
Udata.
Udata, correct. So how many matras? Pranam.
Oh, one.
Two.
Two. Na.
Three.
Three.
Correct.
Na.
Ra, one. Ra is two. Is one. Anuswara. The bindu is one matra.
Okay.
Because, as I said again, you use the notation as a dot. You can also write that im as ma with the halant. You get it? Ma with the halant at the bottom. What is the halant? In Sanskrit, all the letters, consonants, etc., are at the lowest derivative form, which means ik, ut, it. These are the problem of
Yeah. So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only I can understand my problem. Instead of focusing on the class, I'm now worried about all technology. Because if somebody calls at this time, it stops the existing meeting. Those are the challenges. So, if you see a line below the letter, it means it is at the most derivative form, the root form. Only if you add a vowel, it becomes a consonant like ta, ta. Ta becomes ta because of it plus a. Add a vowel to it.
So you're counting to the plus
No, it plus a is ta, still one matra.
one. Okay.
A is one matra. So ta is one matra.
Okay.
Instead of just a vowel in the vowel form, you're saying that in the consonant form. That's it. So
Okay.
ta. But ta is like a, two. A, one matra. A, two matra. I, one matra. I, two matra.
In Brahmanam,
Ra is dirgham.
so
That itself will take two.
na. So there are two matras.
For two.
Yeah.
For na itself. Then you have the bindu at the top, no?
Yeah. Got it. No.
And now I'm explaining what the bindu is. Instead of writing ma with the halant, it is convenience that the script looks simple with a dot.
I think
It's called anuswara. Just because it is a dot, you don't say I'm not going to give you time. That's a notational convenience. Clear?
Yep.
So the dot will keep coming in many places, but it requires one matra. So Ram is 3 matra. If you go back to the YouTube, we have discussed this last time in detail. Okay? But it is okay. If you forget it, we repeat it, it is fine. I want the foundation to be very strong now. If you have this doubt when we are in Narayana Suktam or something, then we are in deep trouble. Make sense?
Yeah.
So it may appear that we are going very slow, but it is required to be slow at this time. Okay. Naren, would you mind just shifting one quarter like this? Because your face is getting blocked by the camera. Thank you. So Anand, clear? Okay. So Brahmanam. Then can somebody chant just Brahmanaspati? No, you have already had your turn. So let the other people also do it. First read out the swaras and then chant it accordingly.
ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಸ್ಪತ வந்து எல்லா வார்த்தை தா மட்டும் அனுதாத்தா.
Okay, good. Just that word.
Brahmanaspata.
Correct. Anybody disagrees with this? Anybody is having difficulty with this? No. Can you do Brahmanaspata?
Brahmanaspata.
Yeah, you can put the mask down. Yeah.
Brahmanaspata.
Brahmanaspata. Super.
Brahmanaspata.
Correct. You know why tha is going down? It is Anudata. If you see the swara. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Satish? Anashrinvan.
ஃபுல்லா சொல்லணுமா இல்ல
Anashrinvan. What is the swaram?
ஆனஸ்வன்வன்
What is the swaram? Just read out the swaram for each akshara.
is அனுராதா அந்த ஒன்ல வந்து இது இருக்கு
So now do you understand what happens if you miss a class? Yeah. So I'm not trying to put you down or insult you, but this whole class or batch I started only because a lot of people were following up, and I saw a critical mass. So to your advantage and to stop all the other batches, which batch 3 is stopped right now. Batch 2 is stopped. Batch 1 is stopped. It's only your batch that is going on. So if I'm putting in so much priority and investment and so much time into, no matter what, you also need to give that priority. Because I am saying so. If you miss it, those deep fundamentals that you're getting to learn, you're going to miss it and you're back to square one. Okay? And if you see now, I have to take one-on-one class for him. Then maybe I have to do that for Satish. For me, it becomes a 1 hour class becomes 1.5 hour class becomes 4.5 hours. So that is what I would like all of you to appreciate. So you can now try again. Read out the swaras loudly so that uncle also can hear it. Don't chant it, just read out the swaras.
So,
Just tell me the swaras. If you take time, then Harish will do it. That's how it's going to go.
Udata, Anudata.
No, say the letter and swara.
Shrin is
Ana Shrinvan.
Ana Shrinvan is
What is A?
Is Udata. Na is Swarita. Shrin is Anudata. Vanu is Anudata. Devi is Swarita. Devisi Dasa is Udata.
That means you guys are not practicing at home. Okay? If you practice, it should come like this. If you look at it, Udata, Na, Aha will follow what Na is. So it will also be Swarita, right? A is Udata, Na is Swarita. So Ish also will go Swarita. Naha, the Visarga will get substituted as Ish. So it will become Nash. You are not expected to drop down for Visarga. Correct?
Yeah.
So, Nash. Then, Shru is Anudata. Is going to go with Shru because that half will always go with the full. So, Shru also will go take Anudata. Then, Va and In both will be Udata. Nu Anudata. Ti Udata. Bhi Swarita. So, Bihi also will be Swarita. Bihi becomes Bis. So, Bis is Swarita. You must be able to say this like this. And that is where you need practice. You need to, I'm doing YouTube only for that purpose. So if you cannot absorb everything here, you go back home, you replay the YouTube 15 minutes one day, 15 minutes the next day, 15 minutes the third day, practice. Otherwise, I am not going to get frustrated. I can tell you one thing. There is one batch that I have taken Rudram first 3 Anvakas for 1.5 years. I will never get frustrated. For me, it is that 1.5 hours of commitment. So I'm not going to get frustrated. You all will get frustrated.
Okay.
Correct? Because it takes a lot of time for you to drive all the way from there to here. So each hour you spend here, you want to learn more. You don't want to go back and get stuck there. So point I'm saying to you also is, I will help you. You if you take a phone and you can message me directly. You don't have to depend on your parents and their availability to communicate with me, right? Because you are passionate to learn. I want to support you. You just get access to a phone, call me, and we will talk. Even during the regular days, I can help you to catch up on whatever you have missed so far. Okay? So that way you will also feel comfortable. Because the way you chanted now, Brahmanaspata, you are getting it. All you need to know is to hear whatever is being talked about here, which you missed last time, which you can play in the YouTube. And if you want, if you show me your iPad, I can ask your dad to set up the YouTube here, how to play the YouTube, etc., etc. Okay? So we'll do all that stuff after the class.
Yeah.
Right? Same. So you must be able to get used to the terminology. You shouldn't scratch your head. What is Udata? What is Anudata? These are basics. Okay, fair enough. And I'm looking forward to both of you to lead the whole thing. You must put pressure on the adults, saying that with answers like this. Correct?
Yeah.
Good. So it will sound difficult, but unless you practice over and over again, you will not get it. So Ana Shrinvan, only up to that point, can you chant, Satish? No, only Ana Shrinvan. Anashrinvan hoti bhissi dasadanam. Anash. No, your Sarita and Anudata are not deep enough. Anashrinvan hoti bhissi sadanam. Noti bhis. No, in and O becomes no. Shrinvan, no. Nu is Dirgham. So you'll have to allow the time for Dirgham 2 matra. So Shrinvan no ti bhis. Ti has to come back to Udata. So no ti la. Make sense? No ti bhis. You're transitioning from Anudata to Udata to Swarita. So no ti bhis. Si the la si is Dirgham again. Si the sa again Udata Dirgham. The Swarita short, one matra, quick, you go up, come back. Sadanam. Okay. Fantastic. There is a huge difference from what you did first and what you did now. And get used to those matras. Otherwise, you will always be out of sync in a group. Because Vaidikas, if they sit and chant, they will be spot on in terms of their matras and swaras, no matter at what speed they chant. It is ingrained with years and years of practice. Right? Okay. So, Jeshtarajam. Again, tha is hard. So pay attention to all these nuances. Jeshtha, tha. Jeshtha. So two anudatas will sound like that. If you are saying Jeshtha, that means you are making a mistake because you are bringing the tha to udata, which is wrong.
Is it Jeshtarajam?
Correct. No, what you did just now is correct. Don't even forget about or.
Okay.
What you did just now is correct. And it takes a good amount of practice to make sure that you are able to hold two anudata in the beginning of the word. If it comes in the middle, it's slightly easy.
Yeah.
But you will see more of those anudatas coming in Ayusha Sukta. Nice waveform it will go up and down, up and down. Long anudatas, long udatas. So unless you master all these things here, it will be very difficult to chant all those things. Make sense?
Yes.
So, Jeshtarajam. Brahmanam. Yeah, I'm just doing once because we've already covered a lot in last time. Brahmanaspatha. Anashrinvan. Noti bhisida. When you're saying noti, ti has to come back. I'm again cautioning you the areas where you will include a lot of mistakes. If you don't pay attention, it will go like noti. You are actually doing ti as anudata. So these have to be very consciously ingrained that noti, la. Correct. So unless you put in effort and read at the time of learning, you are not going to be that disciplined.
No.
So we are not going to do what sounds okay. We are going to be actually okay. So noti bhisida. Slightly control the swarita. Don't allow it to jar. Noti bhisida. You got it. So now continue that way. Sadanam. That na in all one matra. So you don't have to drag it because the line is short. I drag sa longer because sa is dirgham. Sadanam. Correct.
So when you put that together, it's Noti Bissi the Sadanam.
Everything was correct except allow that to come out completely. Don't hold it.
No.
You first take your mask down a little bit. That is not allowing you to open your mouth. Okay, good.
Noti Bissi the Sadanam.
Danam, slightly panchaguda.
Danam.
Correct. Everything else is correct. But now the trick is, if you chant it together, you exactly do the same way that you are doing it for individual words. It doesn't make sense to say individual words I am able to do it, but when I start chanting it together, I lose control, which is what happened with Anand when he started. The way he started, the first half was so good. Suddenly he lost control towards the end. So if it can happen in one shloka like this or one rik like this, imagine what can happen when you chant the full Vedas, right? So I'm not giving you anything extraordinary advice here. I will be going on a support class for Devi Mahatmya. That class is going on for our Bhaskar Prakash Ashram. 1,200 students registered online. So they are coming for 1 hour online to get their doubts cleared. What is the problem? Where do we spend maximum amount of time? Same thing. We are saying over and over again. Say it. Rupam dehi jayam dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi. We keep saying it, chant at this speed. We are giving feedback on reviews.
So,
But when they say, now I would like to chant, please tell me if I'm doing it right. Rupam dehi jayam dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi. How can you do it at that speed when you're learning it? So it is a human tendency. Nothing wrong with them or you. It is a human tendency. It's part of learning also to say that I will learn at this speed, and that sound has to be dimmed into my ear.
so
Okay, so that is where, although I'm asking you not to talk to each other, there will be also a part of learning where when he chants or he chants, I will ask you to listen and tell me if somebody made a mistake. That means you're also able to hear the correct sound versus the wrong sound. Okay? Yeah.
So whatever you say has to go into your ear,
Correct.
and you don't rush. Don't
Correct.
rush to do anything.
Unless it can come naturally with perfection. If it takes 6 months for you to gain perfection, so be it. 6 months you will chant slowly. There is no extra mark or extra incentive for saying, oh, he's able to chant at this speed. And I will tell you honestly, whether you believe in our system or not, if you chant wrong, you are going to acquire dosha. And the person who taught you is going to acquire dosha. The person who taught me is not concerned because it's already attained Kailasha. But as long as I'm alive, I'm going to acquire dosha with every one of your wrong chanting. So it is not good to chant wrong.
Okay.
You better chant it right. There is no, and that's what I said in the first class. In Vedam, there is no scope for compromise. Hey, come on, let's only one word no per no. Doesn't happen that way.
If you want to chant fast, you have to do it right.
It will come automatically. When you are clear, you practice over and over again. It is difficult to stop you from chanting fast. It has to come naturally. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Make it a conscious effort to say, no, I will be slow. Okay? So let us now get started with the Shanchame Mayashchame.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
I'll give you like that.
If you are not able to even find anything else, Chamakathla third Anvaka Eduthukonre. You don't have to search, is what I'm saying. So while he is opening the script, can anyone tell me what is Shanchame Mayashchame?
Shanti Mantra.
Good. Did you hear that? What is the Shanti Mantra? Why do you need to start with the Shanti Mantra?
Because I remember you saying in science class, they're like optional, but most people start with them.
Correct. Why do you start?
Because it's like purifying like your body before you start it.
Not only that, the reason why we always focus on Shanti Mantra in Vedam is all what we are doing is not only for our own inner purification, but also purification around the place where we are chanting. Purifying our home, purifying our community. And if you want to purify the city, you do a mega yajna. Like, Maharudram or Atirudram, etc., so on and so forth. Okay? So we are doing it always for Lokakshema, world peace. So you start with the peace mantra, you end with the peace mantra. This is a typical custom. So Shanchame Mayashchame is one. It itself, you would have seen it as a title itself, Shanti Pathaha. So I have seen many people in other classes that I'm teaching, they don't pay attention to those titles. Hey, I have to learn Shanchame Mayashchame, forget what is there in the title. Then if I ask them, do you know Shanti Pathaha? No, I don't know, you haven't taught me. It is not going to help. Okay, so that is why I'm going into the detail of saying, please read the title. Even if you know it is Rudram, please read it at the top. Sri Rudra Prashnaha. Then you must ask questions if you don't know something. At that time, because once you are into Suktam, we are not going to go back to these basics. You're going to only chant. Okay? So, Shanti Patha.
He's getting the book.
Yeah. So he will do it, don't worry. So, Shancha. Okay, here there will be again certain differences, and pardon me for a dry subject. The Sha with the Anuswara dot, if it is coming before certain consonants, it can be read as im or in. Okay, it's a very confusing grammar, but you just need to hear it once from me. I have always chanted it as Shanchame. I will never chant it as Shamchame. Okay? But if somebody is insisting on chanting it as Shamchame, technically they are not wrong. Grammar, Sanskrit grammar wise, they are not wrong. But Shamchame.
Shamchame.
Yeah, Sha kiri pakudadu Vishwa. Shan Shanchame.
Shamchame.
Huh?
Wait, is it Shamchame or Shamchame?
இப்பதான் நான் explain பண்ணேன்.
Shankana.
Yeah. So you replay the YouTube to the answer to this question. I just explained 1 minute ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, maybe because you're picking up the book from him, you missed it. So Shanchame.
Shamchame.
Shanchame.
Mayaschame.
Mayaschame. Mayaschame.
Control. You
Mayaschame.
don't pay attention to him. Let him make the mistake. That is okay. I will correct it. You don't jar it. And don't feel bad if that happens naturally. Even for the next 3 classes, I will keep correcting you. Okay? It will take time for you to get used to it. That is fine. I'll keep on telling you. If it takes time, don't feel bad. Okay? Good. Mayaschame.
Mayaschame.
Okay, here the point you need to learn and remember. When me is udata, anything that ends in a udata, you have to pay a conscious effort to hold the swara. If you don't do it, Mayaschame, it's like a balloon deflating.
Yeah.
So you will neither be udata, you will not be anudata, you will go and end something like this. So whenever you're learning anything in Vedam, imagine it is all like a rectangle, up, down, up, down. There is nothing which is a trajectory. The swaras are for one akshara, one swara. There is no transitioning effect. So you have to always imagine like a 7 or a L inverted or reverse flipped, whatever it is, right? Steps, perpendicular lines. Okay? So, Mayaschame.
Mayaschame. Mayaschame.
Priyam Chame.
Priyam Chame. Priyam Chame. Priyam Chame.
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 Correct. So here, one more mistake that people do is, just because we said we are going to chant slow, doesn't mean you have to drag the pre to 2 matras. It is not priyam. No, it is pre. It's still 1 matra. Just the frequency is going down. Priyam.
Chame.
Priyam Chame.
Priyam Chame.
English script.
Chame.
Okay. Do you see after the may there is a letter S? You are not a daddy here now.
No, after Priyam Chame,
Yes, after the may is there a letter S?
there's an A.
Okay, good. So, whatever it means, after the may, check pani paranga. Avagraha, I explained to him the concept of avagraha. If you see a letter S, it is a avagraha. It comes by way of substitution of the visarga, the colon. So, you have to extend the matra there. So, then I'm going to start again from may. May, no, all are avagrahas or all udata. All are udata. May, no, you see the no I'm holding? If you don't hold it, it will go to may, no. Don't do that. May, no. Only ka is going down. So, may, no. May, no. Khama, khama. May, no. Khamascha. So, ma and ish will take udata. Cha will hit swarita. May will go down again. Anudata. So, Menu kamascha me. All of you were more eager to chant. Yeah. All of you were more eager to chant than paying full attention to what I said. So what happened is you were making the same mistake that I told you not to make. So I'm going to repeat again. Just listen. It may sound very slow. Hey, I'm learning only 3-4 words in one class. It doesn't matter. If you're able to get it right, it means your base and foundation is strong. You will take off pretty fast. He can give you testimony to that. Okay. So if the class doesn't go in sync, if the class doesn't believe in the speed, one person not believing in this can slow down the entire class for months. So I'm not going to repeat what we made a mistake in batch 3. That is why I'm going slow. I'm not in a rush. So one matra anudata. Priyam, yam has to come up. You have to get used to it. I will give you the signal to start chanting. Until then, hear what I'm saying. Because when I chant, you will be able to hear it properly. Priyam cha. You grab yam cha. Yam is 2 matra. Because ya and in. Priyam cha. May consciously hold udata. Don't let it go down. May drag. 1 matra becomes 2 matra now. Right? May no. No is short. May no. So you cannot say may no. Gone.
So
May no. No. Does it sound udata?
yeah.
Or even a slight doubt it is anudata? It should not.
No.
So may no. Kama. Kamash. Kamash. Chat me. The difficult part. Swarita to anudata drop. Especially if there is only 1 matra. Cha is 1 matra. Me is 2 matra. Right? So chat me. Kamash. Chat me. Got it? Now attempt. I will chant it once. After that, you all chant together. And make sure that you apply all the techniques that I've taught you right now. Okay? So, Priyam cha me. Priyam cha me no. Kamash cha me. One more time. Okay, you were making one mistake. Do you know what mistake you were committing?
Am I stressing the Dirga Saritas and Saritas so much?
There is no Dirga Swarita here at all. Dirga Swarita means extended Swarita. So there are no 2 vertical lines, number 1. Number 2, Yam. What is the Swara?
It's Udata.
Then why did you give Swarita? Do you remember that? You realize what you did? Priyam. Yam means Swarita. So, Priyam. Landing also is important.
Has to be Udata.
Priyam, correct. So, Priyam. Now, can somebody give me a corresponding example of where we learned this combination before? Correct. Got it. And if you are able to do this relation, that means you are already absorbing it. Did you hear what he said? Probably he's sitting far away, so you would not have had the opportunity to hear it. The easiest analogy is Kavim. Lala. So this is also important as part of learning. That I learned that technique there. So I have to apply it here, and I have to apply it here, and I have to apply it here, and there, and there, and there, and there. So you don't have to learn it every time new. Got it? So you're already seeing the difference now.
Yeah.
And it takes time to learn this. What we normally do is, and that is why, because I know in the interest of trying to teach people a little faster in the other batches, I did go fast. And I was wondering, like, why did my guru take 3 months to teach me Gananantva? Obviously, there is a reason that I still remember all those things that he taught me at the age of 14 or 13 after 43 years. That is how deep he has embedded the basic concepts, right? And it's not just reflecting in this. Whatever else I am teaching, this knowledge and education is helping. Right? So don't get frustrated. You will go fast. It will take time, but the basics are very, very important. So, Priyam cha me no kamash cha me.
Priyam cha me kamascha me.
Good. You are a little hesitant in the end.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, all of you sounded in sync. Right? Online matram cholungo, chant பண்ணுங்க. I think almost right. It's technical issues, but otherwise I heard almost everything right. Now, here is another set of difficult thing that you will make mistakes if you don't pay attention now. You see now, it is kamascha me followed by kamascha me. So there is a repetition of the word. Correct?
Yep.
If you don't pay attention, you will repeat the same swara the second time. Whereas the original script says the swaras are different. Correct?
Yep.
Are you able to observe what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You will find this kind of a combination in Vedam
Because
over and
there is
over.
a Anudatta for ka.
Correct.
There is no Anudatta for ka in the second word.
Correct. It is Udata, Swarita, Udata, and Udata. There is no Anudata at all. So in this combination, you will say Kamashcha me. Again, me. Me is Udata. You see?
Yeah.
It's because it is now getting dimmed into batch 3. So that immediately is saying that. He is remembering the tip. If you don't pay attention that me is Udata, you will again leave it like a deflated balloon. Kamashcha me. Gone.
Kamascha me.
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 You have to hold it.
Kamascha me.
Kamashcha me.
Kamascha me.
Kamashcha. Ma Sarita, not cha. Kamashcha me. Your hand is going down. Hold it. Udata. Kamash. It's like this. Kamashcha me.
Kamascha me.
You don't have to use the hand because otherwise your focus will go on hand and you lose the laya. Mentally imagine. Kamashcha me.
Kamascha me.
Super. So you remember holding the me. Anytime these things come. Now I will tell you, despite so much of input and correct chanting, you see what happens now. Chant Priyam cha me no kamash cha me kamash cha me.
Priyam cha me kamascha me kamascha me.
You see what happened now.
Both cars are going down.
Huh?
Both cars are going down.
And both mays are going to Udata. Purusha, I just stopped you because I was not able to hear both of you. Purusha, you get the point? So practice now while I hear the online people.
I have one question.
For the menu, what swarita is that? I mean,
Cha is Swarita.
what swara is that?
Menu is Udata. Udata means you will not see any underline or vertical line. Okay? Anudata. Anu. You can underline. Anu, underline. You can remember that way.
Swarita is one
Vertical
the
one.
line on top.
And Dirgha Swarita is 12. Correct. Yeah. Online, Ning Matra chant Pannuko, Ovutara Pannuko. That is better. You all practice mentally. Anand, Vishwa and Satish, that sequence, same sequence. Illa. You have to pay attention to the swaras. Chalo go. Cha is Swarita. Priyam cha me. So then me no. Me and one more and then no. Priyam cha me no. Good. So are you seeing the difference the way you started off and what you are saying now?
But Mama, நீங்க சொல்றது அதே தான் இப்போ நீங்க இந்த ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணி சொல்றது அந்த பட்சம் அந்த ரெண்டு இது கூட இது அதோட வேர்ட்ஸ் அத்தரனா எனக்கு இதாயிடும் அந்த வேர்ட்ஸ் போட்டு எனக்கு either I'm concentrating on the words and if I get the words right I get the swaras wrong swara putna word
It is natural. You are not an exception. That is how it will be. That is how I also learned. So still we are doing all that stuff so that you appreciate it is not as easy as it sounds to get perfect chanting. It sounds like everybody is chanting Rudram, so why can't I learn Rudram? Okay, I put CD and I Every time I sing a Kishore Kumar song, I feel I am a Kishore Kumar, and I don't like the expression from my family's face. What are you doing? And I always feel that I almost sounded like Kishore Kumar, but it is not. There it is okay. As long as you are close to that raga or some tune, you can say I'm variation, I'm inspired by that original song. You can give all those excuses, not in Vedam. Vedam, you have to have that particular swara at the right place. One mistake in the entire chanting, people will pick that one mistake and not say that you did a good job. That is how brutal it will be because of a specific reason.
No.
And if you don't mind, I don't mind spending another 30 seconds. If you want to appreciate, and what I'm doing is brutal to you, I will tell you what Vedikas, why they are so perfect. There are about 8 methods of chanting while learning, not final chanting. Okay, this is called Samhitam way, which means you just read the words and the swaras once. Then there is Jata, then there is Krama, then there is Mala,
So
then there is Ghana. Ghana is the highest one. So the same Om Ganana Am Tva Ganapatigam will be chanted. Om Ganana Am Tva Tva Ganana Am Tva Ganapatim Ganapatim Tva Tva Ganapatim Tva Ganapatigam. This is the way they will say, they will chant it. A B B C D B C D A B C D A E A E B C D. Why? Because even in your sleep, you must be able to get each swara right. You understand what I'm saying? They ensure that you don't give excuse of I am having Ramakrishna Matam script, or I'm having Kumar's PDF script, or I'm having the Sanskrit script or Tamil script. They don't care. That is your problem. If this is Vedas this way, you have to chant it this way. You figure out all your technical issues and come to chant it the right way. You understand what I'm saying?
So if you
So
miss,
what you are going through is nothing compared to what the Vedikas are going through in the Patashala. Yeah.
So if you make even one mistake in any of this, then it will change the whole thing.
It will be a sin. It is considered a sin. Not while you are learning, but when you certify yourself, I'm a Vedic or I'm a Ritvik, and you go and chant with mistakes, it is a sin. While learning, you can make 1,000 mistakes because it is allowed. But I just want to give you an example. If you feel this is frustrating, hey, it's taking so much time. And what Anand said is natural, and you have to accept that. Instead of saying, oh, 2 words I can't learn in 1 hour. No, it's not that easy because you are not used to it. But the sooner you reconcile that this is a challenge and this is a difficulty, the faster you will go later. You can compensate. Okay. So next, Vishwa.
Priyam Chamino Kamarshchame Kamarshchame.
Super. If you pay that attention to each of the swaras, how much of a difference it makes? Yeah, Satish.
Priyam Kamarshchame Kamarshchame.
Fantastic. Matra, swara, everything was good. So all of you, are you ready to chant together?
Yeah.
Okay. Pay attention so that if you make a mistake, then you're going to slow down other people also.
Shanchame or
No, Priyam Chameno Kamashchame Kamashchame.
Priyam Chame Kamarshchame Kamarshchame.
You did the first May.
Me?
First May you did Udata. First May is Anudata.
Oh.
That's okay. But now the best part of learning is you struggled in some places, you did well in some places in the class, right? You already have it on record on YouTube. Go back home. Where you're doing good, you don't have to waste time. Wherever you are making a mistake, you say it is like imposition. I'm going to do it 10 times. Iron it out. Same thing for you also online lab.
Sure.
Be humble is what I'm saying. Don't take it as an ego problem that why can't I get it? Even today, my own chanting gets corrupted. There's no absolute shame in admitting it. I'm on record on YouTube. Whoever wants to make it a public issue, you can do it. I'm a human being. I make mistakes. But most important part is if you realize your mistakes and you correct it, then you're good. The moment you bring ego, I'm teaching 20 people, 40 people, I'm teaching 200 people many things. It doesn't make me immortal human being. If once that humility is there, learning automatically will happen. Right? So don't get frustrated. Even if you make the same mistake in next 4 classes, I'll be patient enough to help you. Got it? But put in effort. The more effort you put in at home between the classes, it will make your learning here faster. All right. So let us attempt to combine these 3 words now and see what happens. First, on site.
Wait.
Shancha me mayascha me priyamcha me no kamascha me kamascha me.
Shanchame.
One more thing. You are a little slower than what it should be.
Shanchame.
Shancha me. In the speed, Ashula?
Shanchame.
Me anudata. Shancha me.
Shanchame.
Correct. And the speed, Ashula. Okay?
Shanchame.
Together, all of you.
Shanchame. Mayaschame. Priyamchame. Nukamaschame. Kamaschame.
Good. Again, the me was udata. First one. That is okay. So go home and correct it. Don't get frustrated. It will come. Next, if you chant right in the next class, both of us are successful. Right? Good. So online Telugu change it.
When I was doing sweaty play,
Udata. Much better. Sauma. Now you've got 2 udata. Sauma. And then when you go to na anudata, the way to drop it is sauma na. You have to have patience of ma udata. Don't look at na anudata and drop the ma. You have to have the same patience of holding the ma udata consciously. Sauma. And the way to do it is what I'm doing. Sauma. Get used to it. Sauma. And then when you're repeatedly saying it right, drop the na. Sauma. 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 Sauma na. Correct? Now, when you're doing this, you will lose track of matra. Oh, I'm supposed to hold it. You are just supposed to hold it for 1 matra. So don't practice it like sauma, gone. Even when you're doing it slow, keep the matra ratio correct, because you don't want to say that I'm learning the swara right, but I'm messing up the matra. Got it? Sauma, sauma, sauma na, sauma na, sauma na, sauma na. Clear? Saumana. Got it. You're getting it. Correct. Correct. Get it. Le, na kira podallo. Anand. Innu kira pala. Correct. So get your baseline of Anudata clearly, Anand. Illataka, the difference will be too small for anybody to say that you are doing it right or wrong. Right. Satish, you are trying, right? Correct. Now you got it. And now again 1 matra. So you can't hang in there for Anudata for too long. Because now you're going to come back to Sashchame. Good. Clear? So what did I do now? What did I do now? A word like Saumanasascha, I split it into a very meaningful combination, which will facilitate a nice chanting of the swara properly. So, mentally when you're learning, you apply the same technique what you did for Saumana to the word itself. Meaning, Saumana Saschame. Got it? You got it? What I did with Saumana, I'm doing it with Saumana and Saschame. Separate. And if I build these building blocks like Lego building blocks, you will not make a mistake, because your learning is so solid foundation. Even if you increase the speed, you will go that way. Okay, so get used to the tune, that is the tone or the frequency, that is more important. Again, Saumana Saschame.
Saumana
Saschame.
Saumana
Saschame.
Saumana
Saschame.
Good.
Saumana Saschame.
Good. So now you saw how two aksharas can be combined. You saw how a word can be split and then combined. Now we will see how words can be combined into one big rig. Okay. So we will start from Shanchame up to the Saumana Saschame and then we'll stop for today. Make sense? Okay. So I am mentally still breaking it up the way I learned it. Remember this input for your life. I am mentally still chanting it like piece by piece. But I am trying to see if my swaras are coming in correct. I will reduce the pause, the mental pause, which means I will demonstrate first the wrong way, then the right way, and then the way it should be chanted. All three. So have patience and pay attention. So wrong way. Shancha. I did not ask you to take this big of a pause. Wrong. Even if you're learning. What I'm saying is Shancha. Mayash cha me priyam cha me no ka. You see, me no ka. That is the pause I'm talking about. Mentally. And when you know it, you will say it as Shan cha me mayash cha me priyam cha me no kamash cha me kamash cha me. Now I'm not even looking at the script. It should come naturally. And when you have programmed your system to do this over and over again, even if you want to make a mistake, the system will not allow you to do. That is when you will start eliminating all the mental pauses. Because now you are not reading it, now you are not thinking swaras, it is just coming to you naturally. Are you getting what I'm saying? This is the basic of Vedic learning. If you try to rush here, or your entire Vedic chanting can be torn to pieces by anybody. And you don't want that. Because if you chant well, you will see so much of appreciation and blessings from so many people. I'm saying this on record. Even 2 years ago, I was in Mumbai for some social visit. Somebody suddenly called me to say we will do Devi Upasana and in a neighboring place. We went there. All of a sudden, they changed the agenda. Oh, we have got so many people. We never expected this good attendance. We would like to add Rudrabhishekam also there. I said no problem. And the best part was 2 people from the USA were leading the puja there in Mumbai. Net result, I said, okay, let's go technical. So the other guy was from San Francisco. I said, while you do Prana Pratishtha, etc., there quietly, you don't need the whole audience for that. You do that, we will take the Rudram part of it. And we went in a very proper Vaidika way. Proper Anugya, proper Sankalpa, everything, Granana, Hamto, everything chanted. And then incidentally I asked, where have you guys learned? It happened that they're all fifth generation students of my Guru. So the chanting style matched, there was no issue. Somebody coming from US for the first time and meeting somebody else, everybody was in sync. Net result, there were 2 elderly people who were sitting next to me, men, 85 years old, they were crying.
Why?
Crying out of joy.
Flow and flow.
No, the vibration that was created by a bunch of
The room was full of
good chanting people. That is what you should expect. Not that every time you chant somebody has to cry, but that gives you an instant appreciation of what you have done.
That's what you aim to do.
Correct.
It's not
Okay?
necessary to cry.
It is a vibration that is important, not that crying or appreciation or expect somebody to come and pat on your back every time. This is not a reality show. You are doing it for yourself, but you want to do it right in such a way that people feel very satisfied. Because these are very emotional topics, sensitive topics. Even if you sing slightly wrong, you pay money for a ticket for a concert show, you make a mistake, they will just spare a few good words and then they'll go away. But if you mess these things up, people don't appreciate it.
I have one question. What is the meaning for this?
Meaning will come later. That is advanced class.
Okay.
Because the swaram karthe time arudhu. Like it's taking so much time to get the swaras itself right. So if you add meaning also, then it will take 10 years for us to learn. We'll do that later. So it's a good question. There's nothing wrong. You need to know the meaning. It is good, but we'll take that separately.
Okay.
Right? So we will try this now up to Saumarasashtame together. First, I will now give the chance to the online people and then you can do it. Yeah. Ovotara pannuko, please. Don't rush. Don't make mistakes. Even if you make mistake, I'm not going to correct it. So, because you are running short of time. Continue. ஆரம்பிச்சிருங்க.
எங்கிட்ட வேர்ட்ஸ் அது சம்சமே இதுல நான் ஒருக்கா கேக்குறேன்.
சரி, okay. Let us start from Satish, no? Let us start from Satish because he's been the last all the time.
Okay. Samchame mayaschame priyanchame nukamaschame kamaschame.
Perfect. The swaram, matra, everything was on dot. Yeah. Unless you were tentative. Little bit, okay. And I understand that because I told you in the beginning itself, if you have already learnt a lot, it is very difficult to sort of unlearn some of the natural way of chanting and do it this way. But the way you chanted it, I think you are already nailing it, Satish.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Vishwa.
Shanchame mayaschame priyam chame nukamarchame amaschame saumana sarchame.
Correct. Good. But tell me your own experience from where you started and where you are today.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I can.
It is for the benefit of all these youngsters also who joined now.
I'm sorry.
It is the benefit of a youngsters also who joined now. You share your experience.
So, நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது இந்த பேசிக் கிளாஸ் நான் இது பண்ணல. நேரா ருத்ரம்னா ஒட்டில சமக்கம்னா.
No, there are few people who don't understand Tamil, so you have to speak in English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll speak in English. Got it. So, I didn't really go through the basics first. I started with Samakam since I joined in between with another class. So, the basics are extremely important. I see you repeat the same thing over and over. I'm not sure if they understand the essence of it, but if we master it, I can rethink the chanting being very fluent later on. All right.
There are tendencies that he had that he was struggling to overcome. For example, he used to do a Carnatic notation type in every May or something of that sort, right? Shanchame, chame. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot of effort for him to consciously remove it. So it didn't happen overnight.
You're not so.
But did you hear him do that now?
No.
Yeah. So only if you put in that effort, it will come.
With my accent.
That's okay. Don't be so conscious. As I said, we can't change that you're a boy. We can't change that you're in America. Those are all given. So we'll have to work with those assumptions and get there. Your biggest asset is both of you are committed by sitting and listening to a lecture for 1.5 hours. That itself is a big commitment.
That's all lecture.
Yeah. Okay. So, your Anand, you don't want to chat, right? So we can chat now. That's okay. I'm okay. Yeah.
Shancha. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe you go. Shanchame mayaschame priyam chame nukamaschame kamaschame.
Again, you also made the same mistake of what he did. Like the first May was Udata.
I said Udata.
So why you made that mistake? Can I tell you?
Why?
You were a little fast. Slightly.
I was.
Slightly. Okay, so you can slow down the speed. Okay? Yeah, practice at home. Yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah. Nichola po.
Full.
Nichola.
Okay. Shanchame mayaschame priyam.
நீ கம்ப்ளீட்டா தனியா ஸ்வரத்துல போயிட்டு இருக்கப்போ. ஏய், வீட்ல சொல்லி கொடுக்காதோ. Okay. So, shanchame. Repeat பண்ணு.
Shanchame
Mayaschame.
Shanchame mayaschame priyam.
Priyam இல்ல. Priyam.
Priyam
chameno. நான் சொல்றது பின்னாடி ரிப்பீட் பண்ணிட்டு போறேன் சரியா வந்துரும் ஒரு தடவை. So திருப்பி again just repeat whatever I'm saying then we'll combine it. Shanchame mayaschame priyam chameno. ஒரு நிமிஷம் நீங்க ஒண்ணா மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணுங்க. Me no kamascha me.
Kamascha me.
Kamascha me.
Kamascha me.
Kamascha me.
Kamascha me.
Good. Saumanasascha me.
Saumanasascha me.
Super vandhudu.
Okay, I'll put that together.
You did it the right way. Correct vandhudu. Okay. So now you need to learn one thing. If you make mistakes, don't keep on scratching your head. I make a mistake. I make a mistake. You will make mistakes when you are learning.
Yeah.
Provided you learn from your mistake and apply it.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of the things mentally maybe you would have learned it. Mentally you may remember the tips also. But for your body and system to obey your mind command, it takes time.
Yeah.
Just like swimming. The coach will tell you, do this, hold your breath, etc. Yeah, it's all easy. To do, it takes time.
But it'll take time to learn.
Correct. So it has got two components. One is the competency part of it, which is knowledge acquisition. Second is the skill part of it.
Yeah.
So this is a combination of both. Okay? So don't get frustrated. Pay attention to what you have to correct.
Should I say it fully?
Yeah, let him chant first and then you can do it. Yeah.
Sham cha me mayascha me priyam cha me nu kamascha me kamascha me.
So,
Shancha me mayascha me priyam cha me nu kamascha me kamascha me saumanasascha me.
super. You actually fixed your first time mistake also. Now you figure out what made you commit the mistake first time and what you did to correct it immediately. In that you have got your own learning. Got it? If I have a liberty to say, as adults we tend to lose that momentary focus.
Yeah.
We have that. Yeah, we have our own preoccupation. Correct. Momentary, we blank out, we do that mistake, we know what we have to do, but so that is exercise for adults. They have a different set of challenges, we have a different set of challenges. Right? Good, try.
Yeah. Shancha me.
Sancha me.
Shancha me. Mayascha me.
Mayascha me.
Mayascha me. Priyamcha me. Nukamascha me.
Kamascha me.
So,
First, kamascha me. First is it. Kamascha me.
Kamascha me.
Second வந்து kamascha me.
Kamascha me. Saumanasascha me.
Saumanasascha me எப்படி சொல்றியோ அதே மாதிரி இல்ல, that is coming out correctly for you. You have to apply the same learning in the other words also. What you have done, I'll tell you the feedback is, you have grasped the technique that I gave you for Saumanasascha me very well. So you are not making mistake. First time also you chanted right. Second time also you chanted right. But when you are starting the Mayascha me, Priyamcha me, Kamascha me, you have forgotten what you learned. Remember I told you to hold the swara for me?
What?
When you are Udatta, you have to hold it consciously. Otherwise it will go like a deflated.
Mayascha me.
Mayascha. Yeah, Sarita, yeah.
Mayascha me.
Me is going down. You must hold it.
Mayascha me.
Correct. Got it?
Mayascha me.
Mayascha me.
Mayascha me.
Super.
Priyamcha me. Nukamascha me.
Make it bono.
Kamascha me.
First time. Naren. First time make it bono. Kamascha me.
Kamascha me.
Second time, what you are doing is correct.
Me.
Second time is kamascha me.
Kamascha me.
Good. So I will stop with this. It looks like that you are not learning faster, but please respect the inputs that you have got and absorb it, soak it up.
Okay.
Okay? So can you do a sankalpam of what are the mistakes that you have to correct? Do you remember all the mistakes you are committing now?
First of all, I'm acting like my Suritas or Mahapranas. I have to
Correct.
practice more often.
Correct.
Because
Control that. You shouldn't jar that. Second.
I have to practice more often because of Anudatas
Correct.
and
Third.
Suritas.
Third, tendency to rush. You actually chanted well the last time, but you made mistake only because you were rushing. Had you slowed down, you would have chanted it clean. Got it?
Yeah.
You know what your corrections are.
Yeah. First,
But you already have a discount that you missed the first class, so I will spend that time with you.
I have like one big mistake. I have one mistake,
Okay.
but that is like a big mistake.
Good. So the solution is YouTube replay or audio.
Yeah.
They will pick up from the audio also pretty fast. I've seen how Nirmal and everybody has sort of taken off.
Well, you were talking about that last time, the first time.
Yes.
This guy who was he started like about 2 years ago.
Bombella Vanda. Got it? So, Sadesh, was it helpful?
Very, very helpful.
Yeah. And I'm consciously telling you, you have the biggest challenge of all because you are now unlearning some of the past things and learning it. So you have to just accept it and do it, saying that yes. And you will see automatically people will comment. Who have heard you before, they will comment saying, oh, there is a difference in your chanting. They may not go into that technical level, but
Because we are going through the right way.
yeah. And main thing, matra swara, you have to be spot on. And if you fumble here, if you think you give discounts here, when you come to Ayusha Suktam, people will stop listening to you. It will be a test of Narayana Suktam also. Narayana Suktam. Yeah, you started. Narayana Suktam also. It's a small Suktam. People will underestimate it, but there will be a lot of Anudata, a lot of Udata. And if you don't know how to go properly, quickly with the Matra and Swara, it will sound horrible. Okay? But the same thing, if you chant it well, both Narayana Suktam and Ayusha Suktam, it will sound so good. It will sound really good. So practice it well. It will be there. And as I said in the beginning itself, this is not easy. It's going to take time. But once you wet your feet with proper foundation, the takeoff will be very good. Okay? And when you compare to other people, they may not pinpoint so many mistakes because they don't want to demotivate you. Whereas I don't give that concession. I insist on the basics and foundation. Automatically, you'll be happy when you get to that point. Right? Yeah. Thank you, boss. Take care. Have a nice weekend. Sorry to keep you waiting, all of you. There was a confusion because I was thinking it is 9 o'clock. Somebody said 9:30, so I was sitting and setting things up.
Not at all.
Yeah. Sure. Bye. Take care.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Now you're right.
अग्रादि खाशिवाद सारणे गात्रा है पुराणता खाशिवसको धरा शुक यजुषाका ध्यायी अद्वैत खाशिव शरणा अहम भवविवादे
Adhikasham Shamanam Dikasham Bhava Saumya.
You want to go?
You are.
Periva Mantapa.
अभिवादये कश्यपावत्सरणे गोत्रयावके प्रवरान्विता काश्यपसगोत्रः बोधायन सूत्रः शुक्लयुशाखाध्यायी हरीश शर्माहं अभिवादये
Harish Shamanam Dikasham Bhava Saumya.
Well on it. Not in the map.
अभिवाद्य संख्या संस्कृते गौरवेत त्रैशय प्रभुमा वचन संपिति गोत्र आपस कर्म सूत्र यही तक का आद्य भागव शर्मा नाम महोत्सवी बोधु
Bhava Shamanam Dikasham Bhava Saumya. So, Nanda Varatam, consistent padi, practice panna, it takes time. Okay? Porumaya, you will be able to get it because I didn't see you're struggling to chant. You are chanting well.
Okay.
But you have to pay attention to the perfection. That is very important.
Okay.